Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2. And today I'm going to be giving you part 7 of What If Naruto Became the King of the Necromancers. Remember to get this one to 100 like as usual. Share this to all of your friends in social media platform. And also guys, go ahead and check out the brand new episode of What If Minato fell in love with Naruto on this channel and enjoyed that guys. And over on Anime King 3 I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was Ultimate Saiyan. So go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And over on Anime King I post a brand new episode of What If Naruto was a badass with godlike abilities, so go ahead and check out that and enjoy guys. And yeah, without further ado, what do you say begin this new episode? Start the intro. So the last time we left off, as Naruto had removed his soul and placed it into the body that he had created, as he used that body and brought it towards the daimyo's palace, where for security reasons they had to search him. And Naruto removed his hood. The daimyo was surprised. He never expected Naruto to be so young. The body that Naruto chose was about in its 30s. As Naruto spoke to the man, as he felt like the missions that the sign was gonna get was not, well, fitting for their standards, he felt like he was below them. That is why he handed them off to Konoha. As Naruto was getting angrier and angrier the more he spent here, as he saw the way the man whined and dined, while the people of the sand was scrummaging for what they could, as he was angry Naruto. Several talks about Tsunade, as Naruto already had his plan in motion though, and this man would not change his mind. So with that he left the palace. As he arrived back towards the village, Sahara and the girls were there. As Naruto explained to them why he had to make Tsunade take the position, as he listed out the several people that could not take it, including Danzo. Despite his arms being injured, lifeless and dead, Hiruzen refused to back down. So with that, Naruto sent Teiwei and Uncle. They approached Tsunade as Jiraiya was there as well. Hearing that her godson was in the sand, Tsunade was confused. Minato and Kushina had named them the godparents if anything happened to them. She marched back to Konoha. She was rather wrathful when looking at Hiruzen's arm, as she was pissed off at him after hearing what Jiraiya had to say. With that she marched towards the hidden sand to accept Baron Shi's challenge. Arriving there they had two subjects with the same illnesses, as he had to work on them to see which one of them was the best medic, as Tsunade wanted to see Naruto afterwards. The both of them worked as Naruto exposed that he had 6 arms underneath. He was not directly controlling the body. It was one of the best doctors in his past without even chakra, as the both of them worked tirelessly. But Tsunade won before him, as he came in a few seconds later, as the man grumbled and said that it was because of the few extra arms. As the man's soul left as Naruto re-entered the body, his face becoming lifeless once again. Later that day, Tsunade was shocked, as she couldn't believe it. Minato and Kushina were alive and Naruto was Baron Shi, as he had exposed himself to her. As he told her everything, for one thing, Tsunade understand why he wanted her to become Hokage, to prevent several things. But something scared her. When he mentioned the masked man and what he would bring upon the world, that beast of mass destruction, as they had to prevent that. So far, Baron Shi's visions had been true, and now that she knew that he was her godson, she was at liberty to help him. So yeah guys, it was basically as we left off. You guys can switch across the please check out for yourself. So this will begin this new episode. It's so hard to believe, said Tsunade, as she digested all of the information that Naruto gave her. Feel free not to believe me. I will still start to do it myself, he said, as he waved her off. No. I feel so bad for not even trying and checking up on you. I should really take my role as godmother seriously. She said, shaking her head to him. Of course she would help. It wasn't that bad. I had my parents with me. But since you don't know, you could have at least checked if I was alright, he said. Yeah, she said. So, you're interested in medicine, she asked, curiously. Yes, I have more knowledge, and some notions I took from Blackjack. But I would like to study it properly instead of just stealing knowledge. I can know what they did, but I need training to properly use that knowledge. Would you like me to teach you, she said. Her voice sounded a bit nervous. Really? He said in surprise. If you don't mind, of course. I won't force you, she said. It would be nice. I may be able to create someone like Veronica, or operate with 6 arms. But it feels nice to have someone teach you, like a normal kid. Well, a lot of people would be happy for what you can do already. But I'll be happy to help you on the few rough edges. And tell you what you need to know, she said. I would like that, he said. Good. So I need to become Hokage first, right? So by what you're saying, Danto is present to become the new Hokage. So that means I better stop him before he start doing damages. You can count on me, she said. I'll be sure to have you know beforehand if someone is trying to attack you or move behind your back, Bachan, he said. Don't call me that, brat, she said. And I will have you back in Konoha once everything is done. So get ready to move back home, she said. Keep dreaming, said Naruto as she marched toward the door. She had a white smirk on her face. I'll show you then, she said, as she left the shop with a smile. You don't really need those lessons, do you, said Kushina. Yes, and she know that too. But it is our excuse to try and get closer. Since she was never here when I was a kid, said Naruto. Kushina picked Naruto up into a tight hug. My Naruto-kun is such a good boy, she said, as she hugged him tightly. Time skip. The hidden rain. The room under the Kage's tower. We are all here then. Do we have the location of the Bijus? A shadowy figure asked as he looked towards the projection of the several men around him. Here, Itachi and Kisame. We are looking right now as the Navy vessel is re-entering Kumo. The ATL host is accompanying her inside as we speak. Itachi Uchiha said, as the blue-skinned man behind him, Kisame, was keeping watch. Sasori and Deidara are here. We're still having problems locating the Takijin Julke. The place that she lives in seemed like some kind of maze going underground. As the hunchman behind him did not spoke. Hidan and Kakazu here. Other than being a waste of money and time, we can't keep track of the Sanjin Julke. The guards of that Baron Shi have already intercepted us several times. How they do that, I don't know. I can't sense them even if trying, said Kakazu. Yeah, those bastard assholes. Cut off my damn arms, Hidan said. This is troubling. The Bijou in the mist is still reforming. The Kyuubi is nowhere to be seen. We know for certain that someone managed to release it without killing the host, and yet no one can find it anywhere. The shadowy figure said. What should we do, Leader Sama? A woman in blue here asked uncertainly. We will wait for the 3 tails to reform before starting our plan. In the meantime, we will focus on finding the Kyuubi. We're talking about a giant 9-tailed fox. It shouldn't be so hard to find and capture, especially during one of his rampages, the leader said. All of the men nodded as they started to disappear one after another. What do we do now, Madara? The leader asked, as the masked man moved out from the shadows of the room. As you said, we will wait for the mixed Jinjoki to return before starting up our plans, while searching for the Kyuubi. As for the guard keepers, they might be strong and that man might be respected there, but they don't have enough power to defeat the Akatsuki. Once found out, I'll deal with the Kyuubi myself, Madara. The shadowy figure exposed himself. Orange hair with piercings. And I will help you, Pain-sama, the woman said in a determined voice. Thank you, Hunan, said Pain. I know that you will capture the Kyuubi, Pain. I have no doubt in it, Madara said. As with that, they left the room, unknown that they were being watched. So this is what you are now, Obito. A man obsessed with power. When Baron Shi-sama told me, I didn't want to believe it. But now I can see that it's the truth. I wonder if there's still hope to get you to return to your senses. Even just, in the name of the past, a ghostly woman with blue markings under her cheek said, I will keep on watching you, Obito. I just hope, if there's still a part of you that remains, that good-hearted part when we were kids, That he will stop if I ask you. Will you stop if your Rin-chan plead for you to change your mind? The woman, Rin, wondered as she turned back into a small bluish flame as she fled after Madara. As the Necromancer had asked her to do it. As long as it remained a spiritual flame, pain won't sense me. As she flew over Nagato's head, as she followed after Obito. Time skip. 3 years later. The blonde Necromancer was sipping his tea with a pleasurable look on his face as Veronica was massaging a knot out of his shoulder as it was heavenly. It has been 3 years since Naruto convinced Ned to take the position as Hokage, as she could not save Hiru's arms. They had to be amputated and substituted with prosthetics that came from the sand. Secretly, they were altered by Naruto. It has been 2 years now since Sahara has been chosen as Kazekage as well, as he was there for her, as both Baron Shi and Naruto, thanks to the cyclone technique, as guards hid in the shadows, just to make sure nothing happened. He was forced to tamper a bit with his own body, to get it older, since Samedi and Bridget had the brilliant idea to stop it from being altered by the flow of time. But that was the past. But now he finally looked like he was caught up with time, as now he was 19 years old. Not to mention Sahara had changed in many ways as well, gaining more curves. Curves that he had the pleasure of exploring almost every single night, as her job as Kazekage was rather stressful. But it was not just her though. Well, her sisters. The four of them was a rather, well, a wonderful experience. But not everything was going smoothly. Those rude shinobis were still trying to capture him, and Rin had informed him that Akatsuki was finally about to move. Sahara was the first one on their list. There's some asshole at the door, boss. They said that they find unfair that you killed that bastard for not paying, said Tiwaya as she entered. He wanted me to force the elders to choose him as a Kazekage and kill them should they refuse. I had their permission to use him as a target practice for you people. He even tried to attack Sahara. What I did was far too human for something like that, said Naruto with an annoyed sigh. That was exactly what we told them and they still tried to attack us. Kushina said she shook her head in annoyance. Fine, said Naruto, as he walked towards the second body, Baron Shi, to wear it. Once he exited the shop, he was faced with 3 angry civilians, 2 Jonins, and an Anvu, who was the head of the group. What can I do for you, said Baron Shi, his hood covering the annoying frown in his face. You killed my husband. I want revenge. The woman in front said with a glare. Revenge? Your husband was a traitor that tried to force the elders to choose him. He even asked me to use my guards to kill them. And he even attacked the current Kazekage. Between me and a public execution, I was the better choice. At least no one will find out what he was trying to do. And that saved you some face, said Naruto. That little girl is still not ready to guide a village. My father would have made us great. Greater than Konoha even. One of the civilians born near the woman said, his tone really angry and pissed off. And tell me, how would he have done it exactly? Through war? Through politics? Through blackmailing and underground assassination attempts? Your father was a warmonger and an idiot. Showing muscles and growling does not make one powerful enough to move war. We need Konoha since we're allies. Has dated back for a long time now, and we can't just bite their heads off in turn. Miss, it's no longer the same village. Even 3 years are not enough to help them recover from their civil war. And the stones still hate us for helping Konoha in the last war. And Kumo is just too far away to offer proper help and protection. Do I need to say more? Asked Baron Shi. My father wasn't an idiot, you monster. Another boy said as he spat at Baron Shi, as the spat dropped on Naruto's clothing. As Naruto looked down, before he looked up as he wiped it off. I should technically wait for Sahara-sama to give me the order, but after this, all of you will die. And I will use your useless souls as decorations for my painting. I will put your mother in a painting and shrunk it down to the same size as your father's head and put it beside his, to make them stay forever. At least they'll be together for eternity. You won't do such a thing. You are under arrest for threatening a civilian, the Anvu said, as the 2 Jonin stepped forward in a threatening way. Let me see. You wanted for me to give you some sort of power. To let you become Kazekage yourself, or at least control the current one. And you want a way so that you could sleep with your own sister without having the baby born without any strange enigma. And you wanted me to turn your dog into a human so that you could sleep with it. As the Joanines bat down, as shames are all over their faces, their secrets coming out. Those people discover that and blackmail you too. The Envu wanted revenge on the fact that his request was not accepted, said Naruto. The man clenched his fists. That does not matter. You're resisting arrest, so I can beat you into a pulp, the Envu said. It does matter. Stand down. Sahara barked furiously as her and her two sisters appear in a swirl of sand. Kazekage-sama. The woman's eyes widen. Shut up. I've heard enough. I am glad my signal reached you in time, said Naruto, as his tone was rather amusing. Yes, hearing what was happening here was really helpful, said Kankyo with a nod. I'll have you know, 98% of the population is okay with my sister being the Kazekage, so your claim about no one wanting her is rather stupid and idiotic, and for trespassing, you will pay the consequences, said Temari. Attacking a civilian is a shame for an Envu Corps member. You are out of the Corps immediately. As the Envu captain was shocked, Asahara looked at him with disgust. But he's not a civilian. He's a monster, an abomination, a freak, a devil, the masked Envu said, trying to justify his point. I happen to not care what you think about me, but you came here with the intent to meet me and attack me. I accepted to meet you because I know once you are here you are subjugated to my rule. As Naruto laughed darkly, as the place got a bit cold, the Envu swallowed thickly. What do you mean? The candles. Read the intention of whoever uses them. If one asks to come here but has a wish to harm him, he will know, and he will act accordingly. He set up his rules and warned everyone when he opened his shop years ago. Wait, you can't let him kill me, the Envu pleaded. I will let my new bouncer decide. Nemesis, come here, said Naruto. Thundering steps could be heard. The Envu felt afraid as his whole body started to shake. What the hell was it? Nemesis was an inhumane creature, clothed in black trousers, black boots, and gloves. It had been built with corpses. It had exposed muscles all over, and its right eye was covered by a patch that was covered over in flesh. The giant was 7 foot and 3 inches tall, not enough skin to cover his teeth, as there was many teeth just being exposed, its beady eyes staring into your soul. S-T-A-R-S. No, it's Envu. Envu, said Baron Shi. S-T-A-R-S. As Naruto sighed, forget it. This is what happened when you use a damaged brain. As Nemesis grabbed the Envu, the man screamed, let me go, he yelled, as he tried to stab the creature with a kunai, but there was no reaction. That's enough, Baron Shi, you scared him enough. We will take care of him, Kankyo said. The women with their 2 sons are mine. They were the ones behind the attack, and they will pay a price. The shinobis are all yours. It is up to you to keep them on a tight leash, Baron Shi said. As he snapped his fingers, his guards appear, restraining the young man, the both of them and the woman. Kazekage-sama, please help us, the woman pleaded for dear life. I want you to crack open her mind. I want to know everything's ever ahead. Should they have any other plans against the San, or kami forbid, some idea about moving a revolt against me. Other than that, feel free to have much fun with them as you want, Sahara said with a cold glare. Whatever you wish, Kazekage-sama. I aim to please, said Baron Shi, as the 3 civilians begged, but they were dragged inside by Kushina, Minato, and Uncle. Please accompany our guests out, and make sure to tell them that they are no longer welcome here, or even to ask for our services, Naruto told Teiwaya. Got it, boss. I'll be clear and concise. You won't show mercy, Temari said in a whisper. I will see what they think about the village and Sahara. Then I'll decide who lives and who don't, said Naruto. Show some mercy if they're worth it, please. The girl said, I'm not a monster, Temari, but you know who I work. I will remove whoever will bring chaos to this world. The culprits, not the victims. Okay, thanks, she said, with a tiny smile, watching her go. That made him chuckle as he was surprised. Despite his job and his power over death and the things that he did, the three girls still loved him. As Uncle dragged them under the dungeon. As Naruto sat down, "Need anything in particular, Master?" asked Veronica. "My original body would be a good start." "I will get it immediately," said Veronica. As Naruto closed his eyes, his mind going through various informations that the spies and his souls, recent information they brought him. "Things are evolving," the Kyuubi doll said calmly. "Yes." Snather reported that Hiruzen has been trying to guide their decisions with offhand comments and suggestions. But she understands that. He's doing this because he's fossilized on his old beliefs about the shinobi world. But things need to change, because time is changing. Danzo is also doing his best to climb on my hit list of people to remove, said Naruto. "Your body, Master," said Veronica as she and Adora moved closer to their master. "Thank you," he said. "It's been a while since I started to think about this, kid. I fear that the others. We can't wait for them to follow our suggestion anymore. We have to push things forward a little faster," said Kurama. As Naruto moved his soul and entered his original body. "You think we'll have to intervene directly?" said Naruto as he watched Adora took his spirit body away. "You know how convinced I was about remaining in the shadows. Had the situation not reached this point, I would have never even suggested it," said Kurama. "A casket," said Naruto, as he placed Kurama on top of his shoulder. "Do you wish for me to hunt down the members of the organization, Master?" asked Veronica. "That would be even too much out in the open, Veronica. But thank you all the same," he said as he patted his lap. She came over and sat down. As she released a content sigh. "Will you keep me company tonight as well, Master?" she said. "Am I spoiling you?" he said that chuckle. Mistress Sahara and her sisters like to give me orders whenever I join you and your lovers in the bed. "Can I have some alone time for once?" she said. "Of course, whatever you want," he said, as he kissed her on the neck, as his hands started to move. But then the chime went off. "Damn it," Veronica whispered. "It seems that there is always annoyances when it comes to our relaxation time," said Naruto. "What was that?" said Minato curiously. "The new ward," said Naruto. "Since we're in talk about Zetsu's ability to melt into the floor, and Obito, power that is taking teleportation, I decided to add some extra protection, in case our being between the underworld and living world was not enough," said Naruto. "You mean," said Kushina, "Zetsu was trying to force himself here, probably to act as a messenger or a spy. But he still cannot reach this far. We are far from living world, but still, my defenses alerted me. I wonder if the shock to his soul, or since that he act like two beings, fused into one, was painful as I wanted it to be." "Do you think he will try again?" said Grandma. "Probably. After some more failures, we will see what they try." As Naruto returned back to his task of exploring under Veronica's clothing. "You're really lucky that Sahara and the others find it exciting to have someone to play slave while you're all together. Otherwise, you'd have to spend most of your time repairing her," said Minato with a shake of his head. "If I do this, it's because I know my master liked it. Please don't put me in some kind of emotionless puppet type group." "Thank you," said Veronica. I edged her tone. "Well, we know that you have emotions and a personality. It's just, you're a pervert," said Minato. I'm not a pervert," she said. "Then why did I hear you tell Uncle that your fantasy was doing it on the decks, with a collar and a leash on?" said Minato with a devious smirk. "Veronica," said Naruto in surprise. "Don't believe him, Master. He's just jealous of your situation and trying to make up lies," as she tried to cover her red cheeks. "He is jealous, that is true," said Kushina. "Kushi-chan," said Minato with wide eyes. "But Uncle also said that her fantasy was doing it on the Kazekage decks while Veronica was watching, so Veronica was not the only perverted one here. That was supposed to be a secret," Uncle yelled out from a lab underground. "She heard me. What a piping Tom," Kushina said. "You are taking my being with so many women off the well, Mother," said Naruto, in a surprising tone, as there was once again the bell that went off. Zetsu trying to get into the shop. The group ignored the scream of pain as he was once again viciously hit. "Well, it's not my fault that you're so manly, that women flock you in the hordes. It must be my Uzumaki blood running through your veins," said Kushina, as there was pride in her tone. "You mean the Namikaze blood? He's just as good a woman as I was at his age, said Minato. As if. You had to save my life to catch my interest. You never had that aura of badass, like my little Naruto has all the time. Just like my father, she said. What? Look at me, woman. I'm Minato Namikaze. Do you have any ideas how many love letters I received? While I was still in the academy, he said. Letters? After losing that tomato face I had when I was a kid, I always received chocolate and flowers from secret admirers. Even while we were married, Kushina said. What? Names. I need names, said Minato. Don't worry, I personally keep their asses. As Naruto was leading Veronica away, shall we take this to my room? Can we call Miss Temari? As well, master. I want to try some things I read in one of the adult books. As Naruto scooped her up in his arms, she released a small squeal. If that is what you want, my dear, he said, as he carried her away. As Minato and Kushina kept on debating about who was the coolest one when they were younger. Time skip. Several hours later, the various projections of the members of the Akatsuki was projecting into place, waiting for their leader request for Zetsu to report about the spy current mission. When Zetsu reached the cave, as everyone looked towards him oddly, about his, appearance. What happened, said Pain. We tried to see if we could enter the shop without an appointment. We failed, said White Zetsu. Fail? How did you fail? Itachi said. His usual calm tone was showing a surprised edge to it. We don't know it. We never bothered with a candle, we just tried to pop up there. And every single time, it fried us. The goddamn ear fried us. There wasn't even a barrier, it was like putting our head into a microwave. And it hurts. Black Zetsu said in an angry tone. Wait. How did you know that it feel like stuck your head in a microwave? Have you stuck your head in a microwave once? Why? Say Kisame. It's a figure of speech, you fishy idiot. I'm saying whatever protections are on that damn shop. We cannot surpass this, said Black Zetsu. As there was nothing but a murderous glare coming from him, it seems like he was really angry. That's besides the point. Any news about Ichibai Jinjuki, he done asked. She's always under heavy escorts. She visits Baron Shi at least once a day. The strange anomaly is the blonde brat living there. I don't know his schedule at all, it's just so random. So using him as a bait is out of the question. But unless he's right in front of me, I cannot sense him. It is like nothing is there, said White Zetsu. This is interesting. Should we attack? I want to be able to study him. Maybe create puppets with hidden strings. Sorcerer said. We can't wait any longer. They are sorcery. You two will go after the one-tailed Jinjuki in the sand. As the original plan goes, said the leader. As you wish, Pain-sama, said Sorcery. Yeah, it'll be fun, said Deidara with a smirk. What about us, said Kakazu. We need to capture the Bijou and seal them in the correct order. The rest of you will keep a close eyes on your Jinjulkis, so to make things more easier once we're done, that the other Jinjulkis are accessible. And about the Kyuubi, Itachi said, we will collect the others. If by the time we have the 8-tailed beast and the fox is still missing, we will hunt it down together. I won't let a single beast ruin our plans by playing hide and seek. As you wish, Pain-sama, they all said, as your projection fade away. Time skip. Hidden Rain Village, secret room, with Pain. Are we doing the right thing, Madara? Pain asks, as he watched a masked man from the corner of the room. Don't worry. Once we have collected every Bijou and enact the plan, everything will be okay. Pain and war will be a distant memory, the masked man said, with a low chuckle. What about Baron Shi? The most strange stories can be heard about him, said Konan. I will talk with him myself. Before Deidara and Sasori attack, who knows? Maybe he will personally hand over the Kazekage to us. Once I'm done. I am still unsure how he was able to elude our eyes. And with that he sucked himself away in a swirling vortex. What do you think, Nagato? I'm worried, Konan. I'm wondering if Yaiko would have accepted what we've done, if he was here to see us. But I know that we must do this, otherwise this world would just tear itself apart. But what about the people that we're killing to reach our goal, and the Jinjulkis that we will kill? To remove their Bijous, asks Konan. They are acceptable losses, Konan. We're giving them peace from a hardship life. They are making great sacrifices for the better world, said Nagato. Nagato still refuses to see the truth. I will try again with Konan. to try to see if she can talk him out of this. But I fear when the time will come, only her will understand how wrong they have gone, the ghost of Yaiko said, with a sad look on his face. Meanwhile, with Itachi was able to distract Kisame just long enough so that he could send a message to Jiraiya, as he knew that the spy master would receive the information and he would need it about the organization starting their hunt. As Itachi pulled out his scroll and ink, before he could write though, a black feather fell down in front of his face. He activated his Sharingan as he looked around, as many crows started to fly around him in a hypnotic way. Every single one of the crows had a pair of Sharingan. They did not blink as they just looked at him. "Where are you? How come you know about this illusion?" he demanded to know. "I was the one that taught you this genjutsu, remember? I started teaching you this the day that you were enrolled in the Anvu. I was so proud of you. You were secretly afraid of not being a good enough shinobi for that rank. We used to talk all night about it, with me trying to console you about your abilities." A female voice spoke. There was a deep tone of sadness to the voice. Itachi's eyes widened on hearing it. "You. How dare you take the appearance of my mother," Itachi said, anger in his tone. "Taking my appearances? You're wrong, Itachi. I'm here. I want to see what happened to you after that fateful night. Was it all to be Konoha's spy? Was it all to follow orders that you killed us? That you killed me, your own mother? Did that matter so little that a single order was enough to end my life?" said Minato. "You know why I did that, mother. It was necessary to stop father from overthrowing the Hokage in his mad dream about Uchiha's supremacy. We both knew that it was the other way around, Itachi. We both knew that it was because of the elders and the Hokage why everything reached the breaking point, forcing most of us to see the fear of the issue, the fear that they have against our eyes. They wanted us controlled and enslaved. This in turn was more than enough for your father to convince the others to follow his own plans. He also used their fear to guide them to the event, all to reach for the power of the village that he so much wanted," said Minato. "Why are you here?" Itachi said, as there was a pain expression in his face, as he saw her dying eyes in front of his eyes once again. "I'm here to give you a warning. Both village and the Akaskis are playing a dangerous game. There is someone that is tired of seeing chaos in the shinobi world. He's planning something, and he won't stop at anything to see that his mission is completed." A warning. "Who is this man?" Itachi asks. "I cannot say his name. He probably already knows that I'm here and talking with you. He can make my life difficult if he wants to, no matter that I'm already dead. Please, Itachi, keep yourself away from Konoha, the Akatsuki, and every other village. Hide somewhere, please. Don't interfere and don't fight. Please." "Why? Who can attack people if they're already dead? And what about Sasuke?" "I can only say that he's the Necromancer, a man with power over the realm of death itself. Write to your brother. Explain everything to him. Tell him how the elders and Fukaku used fear, ambition, and loyalty to guide such events that led to the downfall of the Uchihas. He still wants to know why. At the moment he's not blinded by hate, but every day would people hiding something away from him in the shadows. Things would change. Please alert him, and take him and hide with him far away. Please, Itachi, don't make yourself the target of that man." "Mother, Before he could do anything or say anything, purple chains exploded from the earth and grabbed her as they started to drag her underground. She screamed in fear. "Mother, yell!" "Itachi, please," she said as she was being pulled down. "Save yourself and Sasuke from this foolishness. You two have suffered enough." As a chain gripped her throat. Now. I know people in the underworld that don't like when a soul escapes. Even if it doesn't seem like that, Itachi-kun. I am actually helping your mother. Because if she doesn't go back, they will hunt her. And those people are very vicious, with runaways like her." As Itachi heard the male voice, coming from his mother's mouth. Who are you?" said Itachi. "Me? I'm the guy that wants to bring equilibrium to this land. You saw what Hiruzen done to an Unki. And people like them do every day. Time after time again. No change. All ideas are polluted in this world. I just want the right people in charge." The mysterious voice spoke. "And how can you be sure to know who is the right one? Who gives you the choice to pick who will be the right one?" Itachi asked as he narrowed his eyes. "Who gave me the right? I am not hunting down innocents for their burden. just to cover everything in an endless illusion, so that I would have my childhood crush once again in my arms. That is what the leader of the Akatsuki wants, the real leader. Nor am I using the guilt of a man who was forced to kill his own clan, to spy on the Akatsuki, to feel like he's still serving Konoha. I am not trying to become a dictator. I just want people with a grain of common sense to make decisions in place of these current morons. Feel free to do what you want, it doesn't matter. I will still reach my goal. How do you know about all of this? And who is the leader of the Akatsuki? I have my ways, Itachi-kun. And for the rest, well, that would be telling. And where would the fun be in that? With having someone else give you all the answers. You are sick. You're finding this whole thing amusing, aren't you? What will you do once your equilibrium is established then? Asked Dachi. Yes, finding the greatest evil that is plaguing the elemental nation, that is creating chaos all around, because he wanted the girl that he used to fantasize about back in his arms. Was fun as I thought. As for once I'm done, I'll just simply fade into the background, making sure to be as far away as possible from the limelight. I don't like to be in the spotlight, as you might see. I'll just help people understand how stupid what they're doing are, and try to make them find some sort of peace-like state. Peace-like? Said Itachi. Do you really believe that eternal peace do exist? Don't be silly. Struggles. They would always be here so the world would not grow stagnant. Fights are a part of human being alive. The most important thing is to make sure that your limits are respected. After all, being a bit competitive between villages help them grow stronger and better. One just needs to stop Madara and the likes of other dictators to rise and causing problems. So as I said, do as you please, Itachi. I need to alert Konoha to tell them about the hunt for Jinchurikis. Are you sure? They no longer possess a Bichu or a Jinchuriki. That is no more their concern, or even better, less than honorable members of the village use that as a way to capture one of the other Bijus and go on to blame the organization. Think about it, Dachi. It doesn't take a prodigy to see how fast your plan can backfire and turn against you. What should I do then? I'm listening, Itachi said. Well, send your message if you don't believe me. Then I want you to watch closely and see how people move behind Hokage's back, so they can ensure a new slave to work for them. And then try and consider your mother's offer to go into hiding with your little brother. I will be know when you're ready, and contact you once again myself. As Minato was pulled underground, as Itachi was once again alone. This is not good. I need to alert Konoha about the Akatsuki. His mind was confused and worried about this individual, with this strange display of power that had control even over the realm of death. Damn it, what am I supposed to do? He got his brush though as he started to write the letter, as he created a clone and sent it out, to deliver the message towards one of the spies, so that Jiraiya could get it. As he readied himself to go and spy on Konoha, to see if what this individual said was true, as his mind was already going through plans for taking Sasuke away from the place, and bringing him to a remote location and try to explain everything to him. I just hope that you're safe, Sasuke. This thing is getting bigger than I thought. I should have known accepting that deal was like selling my soul to the devil. If only I would be certain that you'd understand. I would have explained everything to you. Then the choice to kill me or not will be only yours. I was just trying to protect you from the evil your father was. And unknowingly, I threw you to the wolves. I'm sorry, Sasuke, he said. He quickly returned back to Kisame before the man could become suspicious. Time skip. The shop near the underworld. As Naruto was back into his body as Baron Shi, as he was sitting in front of his crystal ball. The ghost of Minato was standing there, as Sasuke was on the other side of the decks. As he was currently looking at the crystal ball, there was a shock expression all over his face. Well played, Minato. We both gave our message to your son, now it's up to him. Thank you, Baron Shi-sama. But was necessary to make him think that you are a manipulated man that is hell-bent on changing the world. Had I presented myself in any other way, it wouldn't be as effective. Are you alright, Sasuke? Baron Shi asks. So both father and the Hokage played us. They played with us. All because of power, the boy asks. Fukaku used the fear that your clan was under to start a rebellion. They feared what would have happened, and at the same time those old fossils refused to have anyone else come and change your ideals. Your brother was only told half the truth. He was told about the starting revolt, but he was not told that the higher council was the one to start everything up. He had been their tool, just like they were trying to turn you into as well. If you kill Itachi, the slate will be wiped clean, and they will be innocent in the eyes of everyone. But I do know now. I can tell everyone, Sasuke said angrily. And do tell. What will stop them from saying that killing your own brother costs you your own sanity, and lock you up, and use you as a breeding stock, to create a new kind of Sharingan users under their control? If they managed to cover everything up until now, they have surely created countermeasures to make sure everything stays in place, even if you found out the truth. They had years since the massacre to cover all their trails and tracks. If not for Mikoto contacting me, I would have also been clueless about the whole thing. Then, what should I do, Sasuke said. Keep wearing my scarf as you're doing right now. It will keep you protected from mind seals, and tricks and loyalty seals. Then pretend to still be determined to kill Itachi. If they offer you help, accept it. Make them think that you're still the same playable fool that they can mess around with, and let them lower their guard around you. If, by the time you leave Itachi have to contact you, one of my guards will come and take you and bring you here, as they did today, as you saw. And unless I gave the permission, no one can enter here. You sure I can trust this, Sasuke asks. Words of your mother, not mine. I'm just trying to protect myself from making a terrible mistake, one after another, said Mikoto. Sorry, mother. It's good to see you again, Sasuke said. He tried to hug her, but his arms passed right through her. I'm happy to see you again, my son. You're growing into a fine, strong man. I'm so happy, she said, with a tender smile on her face. What will you do now? Baron, she said. I will do as you say. If Itachi is really sorry, then he will contact me and try to explain his actions. However, if he does not, Konoha has wasted their time to fix their mistakes. After the Kyuubi, they will lose the Sharingan that they have at their disposal, because I will abandon them, said Sasuke. As long as they are happy, you can even join my shop. A helper is always accepted. Join the Sand? Sasuke said, surprised. Nah. Join in the shop near the underworld. We get more money from the mission of the village, since we're hired as mercenaries. And we don't have to follow all those shitty rules of the village. Only the ones from the shop. Teiwaya said that snort, speaking up. Oh, and our dental insurance. It's a lot better than the one at Konoha, uncle said, with a toothy smirk. And the bathroom. The cleanest one in the whole elemental country. Minato said that chuckle. I'll think about it, Sasuke said, a bit surprised at the reasons they were offering. Just ask for a meeting when you have decided. As for now, one of my guards will return you back to Konoha, as uncle stepped forward, signaling for him to follow. I will also accompany you, Sasuke. Then we'll have to say farewell, said Mikoto, her eyes full of tears. Yes, it was so good to see you again, he said, as he wiped his eyes. I'm proud of you, my precious baby boy. As they left the shop to return back to Konoha, Naruto sighed. At least he could see his mother again. As Kushina crashed right into him and hugged him to death. My poor baby. If not for Samedi, we would have never been together, she said. You wouldn't have been with your mommy. As she hugged him tight. I'm okay, Mom. You were here for me when I needed you the most. I love you, he says. He patted her back. Naruto-kun, she said as she cried in happiness. Was it safe to be so open about your plans, said Minato. His wife was just hugging her son, with a bright smile on her face. By the time they start to have doubts, I will already be covering my traces. And by the time they start to look, they will be looking for Baron Shi, not Naruto Namikaze. Like this, I can walk freely in the elemental nations, while everyone go crazy, searching for a shadow. I hope you're right, said Minato. Before anyone else could say anything, one of the chimes went off on the ceiling. It seems the masked man that freed the Kyuubi the first time is trying to force himself here, said Naruto. A rather amused look on his face. What? Where is he? Said Minato. Rage spilling through his entire core. Don't worry, he just want to talk. He has already reached for the candle. He was probably just curious about my defenses. If he tries anything, said Minato. As Naruto chuckled, let him come. I won't hear what he wants. I already have my ways to stop him, from using those eyes to influence me. and to forcefully remove him from the shop if he tried anything else. Not that you all will let him try before tearing him to pieces, said Naruto. Of course, master. He will be dead in an instant if he ever think about harming you, Veronica. I'll kick him right in the ass, said Teiwaya, as Naruto smiled towards his guard's motivations, as he decided to let the masked man in. But guys, be in subs right here. If you want to see next parts and do, like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on the bell notifications they posted. But more for now, see you guys soon. Peace.